evening, and this is how we want to welcome you to our Wednesday edition of Face the Issue on the voice of the voiceless, the voice of Gedeh 88.5 gigahertz, operating from the telecom community here in Zwedu, Grand Gedeh County, from the Gedeh Communication Network Incorporated. Welcome. This is the day, April 1. We will soon be talking to you. April 1, 2026. Wednesday today, the only Wednesday in the month of April on the first day. Besides today, you will not get any April 1 again to be on Wednesday in 2026 instead 27. This is where we are. Until then, stay tuned as we have a joint conversation today. We have a joint conversation today of Gedeh 88.5 Mika from the Gedeh Communication Network Incorporated. This is how we want to introduce you to the Wednesday editions of Face the Issue. You can follow us on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and then our Instagram. You can also go there on our Facebook page and look for the Voice of Gedeh FMZ, and then you can get us live again. We'll talk to you later. Calling is our the guy that we are looking for here. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. The Crown Language program is in the morning and then 6 p.m. So dress away from your monitor. Our Crown Language program is coming up. It's coming up every 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. That is strictly in the vernacular. You can be able to get us there. But for now, we are discussing on this program called Face the Issue. And this is how we want to welcome you today to this indeed Voice of Gedeh Radio. On our today's edition, we will be discussing. We have an action point the day before when we were discussing the communication that was written to the ORC, the officer in charge at the Putu Mani Representative Jeremiah Gausoka. And then we were also talking about the LRB standpoint with regard to the 400,000 that was budgeted, resoluted, and by the local government from the county development and from the county and social development fund from the people of Grand Gedeh County account to LRB energy for electrification in Grand Gedeh County government headed by Superintendent Eddie Grant. But before then, we'll try to drill you on our this morning conversation. There are so many things that are happening over the period of the few hours ago, and there are so many things that happen on the Facebook from both the end of the chairperson for the Zopeno Movement for Development Study, Rufus Diku versus Representative Jeremiah Gausoka team with regard to his statement, his disrespect to Representative Soka. So there are so many things that happen. But again, we're going to take out the reality into that to tell you as to whether it was real. The reality versus the actuality will also be bringing you live on that so that you can be able to be the judge. Again, we continue to point people that division in Grand Jamaica. The way in which this country will move on is when we are realistic to the issue, when we are fair to things, and we want to push this country forward. We want to join other countries in Liberia to speak against the ill in society, to also speak truth to situation here. Then of course we need to practice people have to be a realist. And when you say something, people look at it to see that you're not faking the situation. What you say, you actually met what you have spoken to the people of this country. So we take our musical break again. When we are back, then we start the conversation only before we can be able to move on to our next conversation. Her own attitude will carry her back to her parent house. You don't need to temper with her. Just forget about the drama she continued to create here. Her own attitude, her appearance is that her own attitude will carry her back to her parent house. Just forget about her and then just move on to continue to provide the pieces of the bag, in home management. Again, this morning we ventilated to the people of Grand Jeddah County. Um, what has the propensity to generate confusion among the people of Grand Jeddah? What our leaders are doing. We continue to throw emphasis that till now, Senator Zoe Emmanuel Penny of Grand Jeddah County is yet to issue a statement with regard to political movement in Grand Gedeh County, the ZPMD national chairperson. But again, in addition to the global chairperson, Charles Jokla, comments his opinion on the drama between coming from Chairman Rufus Deku against Representative Jeremiah. In addition to that, Secretary General of the Open Movement for Development, Matthew wrote. And this is what Matthew G wrote. Mr. Matthew G from Bazan District, a son of this soil. This is what Matthew G wrote. The letter was specific to Chairman Rufus Deku. And let me read it so that you can be able to hear. Chairman Rufus Deku needs to, in the first, he said, Chairman Rufus Deku needs to apologize to Honorable Jeremiah Sokan, representative of District Number 1, Grand Gedeh County. The Secretary Emeritus of the Zopiano Movement for Development, Matthew G. In a beginning opinion, he said Chairman Rufus Deku needs to apologize to Honorable Jeremiah Sokan. Representative of the District Number 1 is of Chairman Deku of the Zopiano Movement for Development diminishes statement against Representative Sokan. I want to use this medium to call on our dynamic chairperson to muster the courage to apologize to District Number 1 leader for this action. Although some of us have never supported the representative in a foe, but he is a leader of our county, and we must accord him the due respect as a sitting lawmaker. Moving forward, Chairman Deku, we know you to be a decent and peaceful gentleman, but this particular statement in question from you falls below the belt of act accordingly. Let it be known that our intellectual discourse should be issue-based and not to trivialize issues. We all fought very hard to bring the ZPMD and 80 leader, Senator Zoe Imaya Peno, at this level. Senator Peno and Representative Sokan of Grand Gedeh County and known shouldn't create a rivalry between the two leaders of our country as submit. It's me, Secretary General Emeritus, Zopiano Movement for Development, Matthew G. That was the statement from Matthew G. In addition to other led minds, including the global chairperson, You know, just imagine before then the statement for immediate release, press statement for immediate release, April 1, 2026. There's Open Movement for Development is perpetuated by a recent confrontation. Between a chairman, Mr. Rufus Deku, and supporters of Representative Jeremiah Sokan, which has. Good afternoon, everyone. As we push for a unified Grand Gedeh with a singular agenda, the ZPMD exhort all parties to exclude conflicts and prioritize harmonious coexisting. The ZPMD now asking everybody to start their whole confusion business and then come with, thereby ensuring the betterment of Grand Gedeh County. So that when we are together, then we can be able to move Grand Gedeh. We advise our chairman and supporters of Representative Jeremiah Sokan to exercise restraint and maintain peace, recognizing that our lawmakers are collaborating in a spirit of concord deterred by detractors who seek to foment chaos. Senator Zoe Emmanuel Peno and Representative Jeremiah Soka, they are all good people and allies, serving in different capacity, representative and senator, at the national legislature with distinct distinction demonstrating good partnership. We call on all our members and supporters to immediately disengage from confrontation with any form of our lawmakers supporter. With any of our lawmakers supporter. Grand Gedeh County is our collective basket that will get patrimony. And we in unity to ensure its prosperity. One Grand Gedeh, one people. Let's work together in a spirit of unity and collaboration. And this announcement, or this press release, was signed by Romeo T.S. Blockbody Cameo, ZPMD Media Consulting. That was the one for the Public Affairs Department of the Zopen Movement for Development. I will grab the one that Jeremiah Sokan also wrote in response to this. You know, I will bring that later on. I'm searching for it. I know that they have a response to peace also. All right. Then we now go on to the controversial chairperson. We say controversial on the ground that he brought the entire drama. The men have created a confusion here that started to insult the representative Soka. This is what Mr. Rupert Deku wrote today. Having listened to my wife, family, and the Bowo people, I read. Good morning, Honorable Soka. Good morning, Honorable Soka. It's with pleasure and deeply from my heart. From my heart, ask me to go extra mile in response to hate messages from your voice. As the chairman of the caucus and a citizen of Kampala district, I beg that I didn't mean to attack you, but my anger went theater way. After writing, therefore, before I realized that who I responded to are all sedition, who are angry with my boss, Senator Peno. Let me go over that here again. After writing before I realized that you are not the direct person or those guys who are responded to are all sedition, who are angry with my boss, and for God's sake, forgive me. Let God bless you, and remember that Senator Peno didn't send me, but it was my anger, chief and big brother. I will write on the blue app for all of us to disengage, and also will tell the public that my action was not planned. Thanks. Rufoto National Chairman, ZPMD. The thing that confusion can do, that you don't understand in the country and the county here. You feel that when you sit down somewhere, when you're creating confusion, you know how it will end. You can know how confusion will start, but you don't know how it will end. This is the drama that you have created. Then you say, my wife and all of God people told me. Your wife and all of God people then, they told you So you apologize. So are you now regretting your action? So your communication, your letter of apology is a mockery. People need to be serious around here. Senator Peno need to speak on this issue. Senator Peno need to speak on the issue. When you say something to people, they look at the reality of what you say. No. If you're addressing a concern, say your the last time your man told you to disengage, today your wife and God people then told you so that you can disengage. Then you're supposed to call someone also who can tell you now to write a letter now. Say everybody will be telling you things because you yourself, you're not regretting the situation that your action caused. I regret the situation to issue the statement that I said on Facebook against you. I regret the situation. And I ask for forgiveness. Just 3 sentences. People will know how how real you are in your apology. But you say linking people around. They won't tell me to do that. They don't tell me to do that. So I mean that you are not the one. I mean that you I'm not saying anything about that. Senator Peno, I'm not saying anything with regard to what you did to a bossman. The caucus chair, he served me as a co-chair to represent the Sokan. And with the 2 of them, Grand Jury County, along with the other 3, Grand Jury will move forward. If the chairperson is including them, they can see eye to eye now. They're not quoting. They have some competition between them to the extent that the most ZPMD, one of the most senior person, will start to issue invective against the corporate chair representative Sokan. And he's saying that my wife and other gold people then told me, so I read to apologize to you. So I end up being that because of them, you are not come to read a letter. You don't regret the situation, the thing that you did. So for peace sake, the Sokan group represent the Sokan himself will say, okay, I forget it, I leave it. One peace. I don't want confusion. But deep down in your heart, the letter of apology, the apology that you wrote on Facebook, is that from your heart? That was the reason why Stephen Sekwa is still saying that the drama still continuing. We're seeing that it will not, they don't have intent of telling you that, oh, yeah, we want to still make confusion with you. No. But your utterance, the role you're playing, it is regrettable, it is unfortunate that the ZPMD will not have a policy as an institution. On the ground that the institution with a policy. The reason why I say ZPMD doesn't have a policy, because and the policy will speak against what they did. So the very first thing, you made reference to the policy before the press statement. What the policy say when you do that kind of thing and bring the institution into against the public, it just repeat with the public what your policy say. Now the policy is supposed to reference first. And Chairman Rufus Dekuba now is for bringing the institution, this repeat with the public, the policy should apply. If you are a policy-oriented person, Senator Peno is our leader. He's a leader of Grand Jury County. The longest serving parliament member for Grand Jury County is Senator Peno, among the very few in the Republic of Liberia to have a national chairperson. The chief said, till now, he not spoken. So what is the problem? Why is it that Senator Peno is silent on this situation? Senator Peno didn't speak. The rest of the other department, the components there, public relations, and you just need them, administration, and think they will give their opinion view. There should be an executive, a special emergency meeting call. The global chairperson started to ventilate that already, followed by the ZPMD. Then the best thing to do now, the institution need to reference the policy to serve as a deterrent. Because the next thing, mind you, the next thing somebody will be in a movement will talk to the chief patron, they will not apply any policy on the person. Because let the light so shine before men that they may see of who will glorify the Father which is in heaven. If your life is not before people now, then it you see what we're saying? There is a very, very, very difficult thing. So he wrote the letter. And he was, how they call it, they're not his opinion, but his wife told him, you have to say something of apology. Some Gobo people then told him. The same Gobo people insulted like Gobo then told him he apology. You know, his apology he want to get, I don't understand. He wrote his apology, and then he want to explain in the apology the reason why he did what he did. What did he do? The thing that you did. So, oh, you did it before, so you want to do it again because I want to turn it. I will be talking when I want to laugh at we did it before, we can do it again. So that you regret the situation. He said, oh yeah, you know, my wife told me, yes, every responsible or father will always say, I consulted my wife. So to yourself, the disgrace he brought upon the movement, and then the embarrassment upon your own, you don't know until your wife tell you, say, you have to do it. So that the reason why you're afraid. So that you do it, but then I'm waiting. Then I'm waiting her that the reason why you did that. But if you regret the situation that I am speaking, I spoke to Representative Sokan, and in my mind, it was not correct. I think it's a certain lawmaker that shouldn't have gone that route. Then Representative Sokan is in Monrovia, and then you are also in Monrovia, and you go to Representative Sokan's house and say, I'm here to apologize for my action. You need to run on Facebook saying in the first place. When you do that, the news will spread all around beyond Facebook. You're not coming on Facebook. They will go inside, all on the side of Facebook, all beyond Facebook, everything. Total Facebook, all on Facebook will go there. You did not do that. You feel that you got Android phone. So you can write. You got data. You can say anything like that. Because as Seditian was talking to Senator Peno. Senator Peno is a Seditian. If they even expel him from the party has policy. I don't understand why a CDC have problem with Senator Peno. It will move you. It is supposed to move you. Senator Peno was part of the CDC. Before becoming part of the political party, PMD. This ZPMD, I believe, should have a policy. And when you go against that policy, there are other people that were dismissed. That membership will revoked from the ZPMD because they went against the policy. So when you go against party policy, your party around say party mandate. So when you go against the party mandate or the party policy can apply on you. So I don't see it as a hindering thing that happened between Senator Peno and the CDC. No. And Unity Party did that. Other people, they did that. So it should not be a ground because people talk to Senator Peno. So then, since somebody talk to Senator Peno, you have further turning around to the person, but you start insulting Representative Sokan that did not do anything to you. So why when you talk something about people, you're supposed to bring it in front of them first. Why? Anytime you're talking about people, then you're forced to bring it before them. We take our musical break. When we are here, then we can be able to, when we are back, then we'll open the phone line so that you can make your contribution. But the confusion need to start the right way. I agree that the movement came up with a press statement. The movement need to set an example. People to same thing that happened will not happen again. That people will not do it. When you are executive of an institution, you're supposed to serve as an example. The movement beside the apology of Chairman Deku, the movement needed to have offered or issue a press release condemning the act. The movement justifying both parties to start two leaders, grand depending on them, and say grand leader, they are leader for grand leader, and we all need to come together so that we can be able to move grand leader forward and say no, before they are employees. Grand leader give them responsibility. When they're not performing, grand leader will fire, sack, and dismiss them. So they need grand leader the most. Because grand leader got plenty of people on the bench. So grand leader substitute them anytime. So when you are senator, you representative of grand leader country, you have to work. And now only woman alone, your attitude that will carry you. You need and adapt high degree of professionalism when you find yourself in a reputable and respected institution. Good evening and welcome to Voice of Gedeh Radio.
You are talking to the voice also of Martin Cook. So that is no name and the name of now. Okay. So I say, because the I am very premature.
Mamato.
Yeah.
Yeah, free. Yeah, take it back. Because debate, not confrontation.
Okay, the next is it is very there are certain things we call active peace. The active peace is the peace when you do and people pull you to go and fall down. That is the active peace. And the other piece is one that comes by yourself and you don't accuse anybody, you don't involve anybody in the process. So, a passive peace. If people told him to do that, so he did that on the basis of the people himself. So he said that something in happening with AA. But because we are going to help to do the things that what he's doing, the peace, and that kind of peace is called, is like a powerful order is God and honor is with God. That kind of peace is a different deal. So he says that to be honor is free. Why you got to involve people and stigmatize them, draw them into the conflict to start with anybody. So that faith in your speak. You think that's only how I speak. Thank you.
On the show. And again, let's take a call. Good evening. Now, welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. From our end, we are trying to track. How is it from your side? Who am I talking to? Reverend, go ahead. Good evening. How is the congregation?
Thank you also for the show tonight. I tell you this one again, I was just one that I thank you for the congregation again. It is not good in the society. Not ever our leaders will respect one another. And I pray that on the show everyone is listening. I pray you can't make anybody into listen and you want to apologize to your honorable man. You just have to apologize to the man with your heart, with your conscience. But don't speak on somebody. You see what everyone he did, including the guy that he said that I thought we were on the show. Then that will not refer to them, they will refer to Satan. Then we guys that have started on the family. I think that will refer to them, not Satan. So that is not in the future of CDC. It's not uploading the CDC show. It's not that happening when they are talking to one panel. Then you have a person that is not the person. So I want to appreciate you ever so much for the reality. And I pray that you should go back again, let him think twice with a passion and get through to that man or 50 person ever in the country. Just to affect that instead of go to social media and go do that. I mean, that bless you ever so much if you know this. Thank you.
Gedeh Radio. And again, so you know, sometimes when you say things to people, even good evening, you're welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to? How are you today, sir?
And I guess that we're willing to thank you for this platform. Thank you for this topic. Of course, this fire.
No.
It is the one who is in possession of the matches. Because of the matches that used to light the fire. Right?
Yeah.
This voice can be used or can be put under control. So can himself speak out what you are doing. And on behalf of my movement, I extend an open apology to you and the soccer. Now doing so, it's a sign of exhibiting very good and cordial working relationship as a leader. Only thing I go on, we are not supporters of soccer. In fact, some of promoters of the was literally 2005 into the community. And we go to the ongoing, we can tell this. But what the truth is, we should speak truth to power. The other exhibited by Rufus. Soccer is not just a soccer, it is a leader of our country. You're born on social media. Look at our things. What a time we take it when you pass the paper or whoever is out there, the others and sorry. When we say that the government is force out there, you who can be very well. So it is the Honorable Senator Zoe monetary responsibility as a leader. All of who claim to be a godfather political governor of this country to on behalf of his movement, whatever does do wrong. Still the energy of the soccer. The power of the soccer is someone that we start and say, let me say my apology, simply I'm now running up there. I don't want to see not to be a such a behavior and do that. Yeah, then you see action to how the response of Soka, for Soka care. I mean, for Soka is set to camp. Then we know that yes, we actually are taking over. But as I said, they continue to add gasoline to. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, sir. It's a nice time talking to you. Again, to be honest. You know, the people that can support Senator Penu, that can make things difficult for Senator Penu to the extent that in every competition, he has to be moving from trenches to trenches, from village to village. These are some of them. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to?
Yeah, I know that.
So far, so good. I'm trying to be good. How are you today? Calling all from
my wife and the boy, because I'm not, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. You see, you're very such a letter. Now, what you now with people, they can use you. In fact, the people right you say a solution or you can or a job and that's it, do that. So, you know, they're people. You know, they go out now, we should play money. They don't know, you know, like, and so, the former president of Liberia, my enemy is and so if you know of the country, they take to this year and this that. Let them share. Let them share. And the thing is, I want to see you, you are not doing it. So let's see people say, come and tell the truth, after that, they say, you do that. You are aware of that prayer belief. And this done right. We are very good about it. Nothing ever. So we are most of people say out. So I'm going to follow you and we come against you. Let us pray with us. Thank you very much.
thank you. It's a nice time talking to you on Voice of Gedeh Radio. Cross through so we can have the debate. And to be very honest with you, when you know some of you guys those guys that be answering the panel, they are not the one that making Senator Penu to be elected a senator, representative senator, and you just need them. When they get come to campaign, when Senator Penu not come to Grand Gedeh, they will not come to Grand Gedeh. Within 26, 2029 will be the competition. How many of you guys have been answering Senator Penu right now? That now the central activities to get on the table and on the plane and say, look, this is where we need to focus. How many of you guys doing it? You're not doing it? You're sitting there around and saying the parent coming, if one guy is there, everything behind you before that, the only time somebody can come to Grand Gedeh. You say now you occupy the highest seat in the movement as a national chairperson. You not say about Pooh Washer before? But this Senator Penu then now, who say that Senator Penu Bene, you insulting another representative, which are still, you know, we're still waiting. Because we started the debate this morning, at the end of the day now, then he said you wrote a letter of apology. The same very people. 2021, that was Senator Penu had the representative. So Senator Penu campaigned for representative Soka year 2021 by election. They gave during the turning over of the government initiated that came to the program shared, it was scheduled for 2 o'clock. Representative Soka were in 2 zones of Senator Penu, they were having some tete-a-tete. All that thing there, you're not seeing, they're still creating confusion among our leaders and things around here. You know, say as school watcher for Senator Peno before. You know, work for how many hours? And you know, join get somebody behind you and supporting. The same very people you saw there around here were the same people that was sleeping in the butchers and teen for Senator Peno. Good evening and welcome to Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to?
Yeah, we are here in the community.
Sorry, come back, Chief.
I said, my name is William, calling from Dallas.
That's your point.
Yeah, I'm going to come in here to what is here in the community. Yes, so the meeting is that, say that the doctor is taken away from the CDC. That is most of the chaos, you feel, around here. So don't feel bad. See, am I right?
You are live. We are live.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But nigga, who
Thank you. It's a nice time talking to you and keep putting your question. Yeah. You know, when we say now, we say, why you want to be like Peter? You want to be like Peter behind Senator Peno? Somebody, because they put out to Senator Peno, some of the people that are insulting today are those that friendly with Senator Peno. They are the people that will catch battle for Senator Peno, that been voting for Senator Peno. Some of the people that you say that they behind, how they call it, 2020, Senator Peno came on the ticket of the Coalition for Democratic Change. He came from the background of the CDC. You are here to Nigeria 2 hours. They were party mandate around here. They supported Senator Peno. They were to the polling places and things around here, wanting to get in the land to be informed to vote so that their vote can be counted. Police pushing them up and down around here. And the people there today, you and them, because they are beyond representing Sokan. So you're having some differences. You want to be a representative for Kavala. Like this. The Kavala district seat are in Bolekin. Where back to back, the how they call it, representative Sokan is coming from. You next door from Zai Town, Toyota Town, Bangalore Town. And you creating a condition that the expected generation, the generation that just arrived, will be having problems with. And you sitting down, you can say, he may apologize and regret my action. Then you say, my man, don't be adding that somebody who want to take Bible to go preach on the pulpit one day, my beautiful wife, and yeah, down there in the congregation, my beautiful wife, preach from the Bible, yeah, that making a boom. We can hungry in a whole day, you, my beautiful wife. The next time me come out again, I'll call your wife on the phone. So because your wife told you this thing, and other global people, you're not even referencing your family side from the Bow region, say the Bow people. So then you say, okay, say I'm not willing to do it, and you say I'm gonna do it, I will do it. And guess what? When you wrote that letter of apology, he said something again. He said something. He said something very much terrifying. Why you say what kind of thing in the first? A sincere apology to Honorable Sokan. Eating close. Let's find different thing. Now the debate start again. What do you mean by eating close? Let's find different thing. Sincere apology to Honorable Sokan. Eating close. Let's find different thing. Meaning what? What your explanation for eating close? What kind of eating close? Then represent the Sokan eating close or wetting. or you apologize to Representative Sokan. So the followers are behind Representative Sokan, they are eating close. So what you want to say, you're still creating problem. Then the reason why I continue to avoid the ZPMDR policy, because by policy, by go by A, then before they go by now speaking on behalf and as a chairperson, but rather administrative decision will be taken against him, and then he will be asked. The print media, the electronic media, all the media then, Facebooking, all that kind of thing, he will publish a letter of apology and send an announcement to the radio stations. Then the movement. You see it? He started the confusion here ever since. The man actually played for Representative Sokan to the extent that he represented the senator, he attended the program, the 10-hour program. He may mention something that has the propensity of creating confusion. He make a remark whether or not that the government provide it, but we tell the representative for an effort. See what kind of thing? You know, when you everybody cover story from the media landscape, and not all the press people that can just go there, they just go take picture and hold their phone in their hand, they be going live on they be putting your own video, then they finish with it. No. There are people there who will go, they record, they write, then they analyze the thing that you say about on here now. When you spoke the English, you felt I will forget about it. Whether that the government provided it or whether that the representative, whether that the government. He said you started from that place. In just less than 2 days, you pick up the whole thing. You now in your own mind, your opinion, in your thinking, you say you apologize to Representative Sokan. In 5 hours' time, then you wrote, you say, a sincere apology to Honorable Sokan. Eating close. Let's find different thing. You not still creating confusion. You see it? You're still creating confusion. And we should not be living like this. The only way Grand Jire County will move on, except we stop the confusion and start creating a condition for confusion. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to?
Thank you very much. And the thing you see, is using office voice. So the one I said, he said that something on his speech. He was only being pushed because people said no and political, but in this campaign has. The next thing is he starts to stigmatize the child who has no problem. He sold his own people which is not fair. You can't go people not down a time going against Soga or going against himself. He is the one who holds the official. The next thing he put it out to them and making bio statements. So the boy still having something on his team. But you should work on our languages. Or somebody eating clothes. The whole country was there.
Thank you, my dear brother. It's a nice time talking to you. Again, you know, if we want to bring this situation to an end, confusion is good. So the play coming from everything that people say that has to do with confusion in Grand Jire County, we have to speak for. We are now speaking. We've been speaking. We will always be speaking for the national. When day break later before yesterday, Saturday morning, the day before, it was the local government, the superintendent, president, vice president, here, superintendent go pay for air condition. Oh yeah, then it was a good thing. 400,000 gone. The superintendent. Yesterday it was Representative Sogan. The mind he had is correct. But why he had to pass over the superintendent? So it means there's something happening in between here that we want to understand. Because we want to avoid confusion. The letter should have been directed to the vice jury. As a corporate chairperson, the vice jury now, because the responsibility should be they should filter down. Then the vice jury now was to call the men there to Tiamata, and then we'll have a delegation. The mission is coming to this facility. And then the superintendent also have people in the team. LRB and just say, oh yeah, you have money that Martina will get. Oh yeah. That was a good thing. But you send it down here from the offices of Senator Peno. And then you are insulting a certain representative. So that's why we are here for, to speak for the voiceless. The entire Sokans. They are the voiceless. They are beaten, molested, stigmatized. So the voice of the voiceless, the voice of the people, that's our mission vision statement. And we are here speaking. We started. Now you wrote letter of apology. You want red letter of apology. You not read letter here. You not read letter here. You want red letter of apology. You not read a letter here. Say the last time your mother told you to disengage, other people, your grandmother told you to apologize to other God people now. That one thing is you stay left. They will not tell you to write what you wrote. The thing that you wrote is still creating confusion. If you really think within yourself that you want to apologize, then you need to change it. You need to change it. Because the thing that you writing, oh yeah, they're not correct. You still want to make confusion with Representative Sokan. But Representative Sokan, I don't have the time. And you need to stop that. Sincerely, you need to stop that so that to get up on Grand Gedeh County. Political test resulted to knowing the sheep among the goats. That was one of your statements. Ladies and gentlemen of the Zopeno Movement for Development, I want you to remain kind when the CDC group from the Grand Gedeh County are insulting me and our chief patron, the people leader, Senator Zori Mayapen. What do I mean? Mama, when you get to a species, we have known the differences between the real Sokanists and the CDC group. So why Representative Sokan must be the one who will be stigmatized, insulted, repetition can tantalize only because of CDC business. If you have problem with the CDC supporters or the CDC executive, talk to them, the Representative Sokan, before you can identify the sedition. Even behind Senator Penny, they are still sedition. Those that supporting Senator Penny bait, majority of them are sedition. So if you want to get a sedition, you're not doing well for Senator Penny movement. And you are the national chair for that pushing the political ideology of Senator Penny. And you still creating the confusion here. You want to know the sheep from a money goat. Who looking for sheep from a money goat? Who looking for like Ramadan finish the poor looking for sheep around? You're not going to carry the sheep and money goat. You're not going to go. You know, before I continue, I will take some of the real Allah, such as was in Chile, who send messages, not weakness, don't mind the availability of the horse and ride to death. By sending you messages, they're saying anyway mean that they are weak. They're sending you messages so that you can stop doing what you're doing and be called to an order. Certain girl from the media and who message is banned. And the trusted Allah of Homosokan intimate gay. I thank you because you play the best role and you are for our leader. I am not rude at all, but sometimes you go hard to get the truth. I didn't insult on Gosogan, but I was forced to respond to the basketball just to know the real sheep from the book. So if you want to know somebody, they gotta insult another person. If you want to know somebody, they gotta insult another person. So the men talk to you when you're not able him, they do insult the representative. Be representative. Then let me tell you one thing, maybe you don't know your own bossman that you behind. One of the weaknesses of Senator Penu is forgiving for somebody to insult him. Then he say, okay, yeah, thank you, Baba, I clap for you. No way. Nobody is insulting Senator Penu and he forgetting about it so easily. That one of the things that can pin him, when you just go and denigrate him, nothing. Say, I apologize. My family told me to apologize, so I apologize. He's not taking it lightly with you. And the one you did to his father's colleague, the one you did to his friend from the lower house. And you say now want to justify that you wanted to know the sedition from those that are supporting something. That he should be in some play. You don't need to do that. We'll take our musical break. When we come back, we'll still continue your course. To just tell you that what David did, he actually meant to do what he said to represent the Sukkah. To be very honest, it was not that by mistake. It was something that he actually planned. And he told the people that he planned to do it, and the one he did. He informed the world that he planned to do it, and this is what he did. Initially, he planned it, and he did it. So to continue to tell the political allyship between us and the Sokan group to know whether it's real. Don't pretend. That's what he said. So if you want to test the friendship between the Sokan group and your group, does that in any way suggest that Representative Sokan should be insulted? If you want to test the relationship between you, I want to know my men are good. So then you must insult another person. That's the only way you know whether it's good between us. No, it was wrong. That's not how to do it. But again, we're not the trainer can say we're not perplexed. We're not vexed. But like your own way will carry you. And Facebook will have no copyright to the songs play and the bad just for entertainment purposes. So please forget up on that. And this is how we want to do it. We are doing it here. Remember that debate, not confrontation. It is with debate that we can be able to move Grand Jury County forward. You know, when you learn writing, too many like I'll be very careful. Sometimes when you go very, very against your own and then the drama not start. Intelligence is not weakness. When somebody is intelligent, it doesn't mean that they are weak. You know, sometimes when you have your friend, and then the relationship between the way sometimes the person can come in your issues, your situation, whenever you have a problem or work to be done. They come and say, I will participate. You know, sometimes people talk to you, say, I will do it. At the end of the day, they will not do it. So we'll go for the committed people, and then we are hoping for a result. When those things happen between friends, even if your family member sometimes behave the other way around, that person will still think about that day, those days, the things that passed. So can find yourself in right now. And there where, you know, the voice therefore representing Soka. There where the boys are looking. No, don't get us wrong. I am not saying that the supporters of Representative Soka, they are the best people, they are more disciplined people, they exhibit high degree of protection. That's not what we're saying. No, that's not what we're saying. Then we just took one letter from the people office. We're telling them that Representative Soka get counselor and lawyer office, and Tony Ando, that every all the agitated beyond can use it. So we're not too sure that letter can use it. Or where it came from, the letter have good intent, but the procedure they have, so that's it. But again, to be very honest, 2021, I don't know, because 2017 we all were in the race. So 2017 was just again one another in that place for that position building. Again, one another in the sense that we were flying with different platforms, but we're not there person one another. 2017, they have the right again, and the same support who started the 2021. That was Senator Penny, and then Representative at the time, Representative Green, and then Kennedy Soka in 2021 election. They came to campaign, including Superintendent Farley, former the late Representative Green. So that place there, for no days, Representative Soka is taking a vote. And then again, 2024 April, the election that brought representatives supported by Senator Zoe Manu. To the extent that Senator Peno, if it's not, you are not even focusing on another candidate again beside him in that second round election. So when your friend do something for you, you don't care how somebody from behind him or her made a mistake and think about those days. That is the reason why when you go around, then you have to come back and calm down for granted. But intelligence says don't weakness. Don't think because the person is intelligent, so it means that they are weak that we can do anything to them. And you say we want to know, we want to test the political way to see whether the allyship, the friendship between we and I don't think that Senator Penn will ever support you to do that. To see whether the friendship between them and myself is very strong, go and cross the men. No, leader. But then the question again will come from all the way Kuma Town, between Jaluta, Kuma Town, and Peno. Why is it that till now Senator Peno have not spoken? Why Senator Peno have not come out to say, why he come out here? What are you waiting for? So what's the Oma Ejia ask you, but I think they're talking, say, Senator Peno says, so Peno said, not to say, no, but why he came to now? After the chairman here to the representative. You must say the man busy with some offer work. I mean, I'm not doing kind of thing. The media team, to the extent that they consult the media consulting wrote. Mr. Rufus, they could trash that one out. He did not listen and read what the media consultant wrote. Preaching peace. He did not listen and he did not read what the in line for peace. The one that came from the angle of Representative Soka. He did not read it. All of colors, people are making their contribution, their opinion on this thing. He did not listen to us say. He said thing about apology to Senator to Representative Soka. Eating now close down. They're still insulting. You're still provoking people. And you can't leave that. We can't live like that. We can't move on like that. But man, not everybody will be having problem or you'll make confusion with now. Every regime change. You can't do that. When you're doing it, there is at the detriment of Grand Jira country. What man do those kind of thing? We need to find peace now in Grand Jira. It's the only thing that we can find. Then we can move this country. Because Grand Jira is still on now, since 1964 as a county by status. Then from that time till now, we need to move our friends are thinking, other counties, the Bonkies, the Nibayan, the Lopians, the people from Magi, the Bazolian, they are all thinking. Moving on. Then one our mayor from on the road there and say, we are all Ukrainian. I think when you any good program, don't go there and go say that kind of thing every day. As Brandinians, what can we boast of? To be confusion, you need to see reason to move the debate in front. You can't at your level, you can't come back and say, I apologize, but they eating close. My family, my wife, my family, and my auntie, my mother, my sister, they told me to apologize. So you start quoting people. So you're not quoting the people that told you. All the people in that gave you idea to preach peace, you're selling them. Yeah, I'm not going to do it, but I'm aware to me to do it. I ain't been because in my way, I want to go there complaining the family meeting like this. Why I did? Then my uncle, my brother, you're embarrassing people. Well, I'm not going to do it, but if I'm doing it, to say I didn't respect it, like this is why I have to apologize. That the interpretation of what you said in your letter. And I want to do it, but people saying this, so I just got to do it. Everybody calling me saying one thing over and also. For me, I just have it, I have to do it. And what it portray to you, what does that actually explain your decisions on? That you can say, yes, it is good. But again, call us, including us, as family of Voice. This is very key. Our decisions, they still be in trouble. On the ground that why was Senator Penn till now have not said a word. Who this movement is preaching his political ideology, and the national chairperson will go, let leave, and then replace Representative Sokan with another representative, Musa Hassan Beniti, Representative Rachel Kuhn, and Speaker of the House of Parliament, Deputy Speaker and Representative Thomas Fowler. If Mr. Rufus Deku was to offer that invective, the way he insulted representatives from different counties, among the counties in the Republic of Liberia, by now, Senator Penn will not just call that person to apologize, he will walk to that person's office to regret the situation and apologize to that person for the attitude of his chairperson for the movement. And he will take a decision. But Senator Edwin Melvin Snow. And beside insult, but Edwin Melvin Snow walked in the office of Senator Zoe Maya Penn and asked even the worker there to do something for him, and that person refused to do that. Senator Penn will take a step, administrative measure, insult against that parliament member. Is Senator Penn telling us that Mr. Rufus Deku can insult Dara DeLong, and it remains that they will find him making a statement on it? Is Senator Penn telling us that the president of the Senate, Vice President Jeremiah Pan-Kun, can experience that from a brown Senator Penn and just leave it like that? Then is that real? Or only because of Grand Jury based regular? What happened if now we're not Representative Sokan, but it was Superintendent Ellis Tessia Green? Will the senator still remain silent? So is the senator expecting the boys from is the senator expecting the family member from behind Representative Sokan? Saying you talk to the main part, then the man go talk to your boss man. Is Senator Penn expecting to hear that from behind Representative Sokan? The $1 million question is, you know, let's turn it again. Let's turn it around to, when people suppose something. So now in this situation now, your continuous silence on the show, more especially somebody close to you, who is your chairperson, and the person did that, and you looking. We're not saying when a man go commit crime, they will come bring a crime on you. Who political ideology is being supported by this person who is one of the most senior person in the movement is doing something against your political ideology. What will you do? Will you remain silent? The man is not speaking in his capacity as a man from Babylon and told you that town and Zaid town. Policy person making policies, being identified as the chairperson for the Zopian movement for development. Because when the man, for every time the man put everything on Facebook, emergency, before told the people, there's a national chairman ZPMD. So the man telling you that the man telling you that he's still what they call. They stay using, they stay enjoying. That our musical break will be back. But again, let me announce the number once more, so that for those that are not following on or calling the number, you can take it down. On our Lone Star numbers, if you want to put your conversation through, is 0880 878 382. 0880 878 382. 151 308. 0775 151 308. On our WhatsApp line, you can call us on +231 772 770 212 to be a part of this conversation. We take our musical break. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to? Good evening. I'm trying to try. Who am I talking to? Where you join us from? Oh, okay. All right, Fred, good evening. And how are you today? Welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio.
Things that we do, okay, that I really looking for. One day, we are able to use words that we like in our family, or in our family, in the, yeah, living, not all the thing. How they live.
Yeah, you are live, friend. Yeah.
Yeah, how they live. Yeah, living, not all the thing, they is bad thing that we do in the, yeah, that's for nothing. Politics is the answer. Like what a good sort benefit the people. It is good official. But in San Diego, we use that one about how can a young man even to law level on the same time. You will say that you will say I think because you want to have a normal benefit, it was wrong. Now we still begin to see what the senators will come, what is sure, and again the action of what you do. It ensures no peace. So if the senator will not talk, then mean that we are aware of what we have to do this, and we conform with what you do. For me, I'm
All right.
then we should provide evidence. So all I did was good, and we do it and never, you get what I'm going to say. I'm going to show. Yeah, sure. Come to the governor of the same one with in a trouble and get the stuff, you don't say, I don't know how to so it's small and then they come to then somebody gets stressed. Even though they're sugar and somebody they are all doing the same law as you. Send them out to the job. They get a minute. I work out presentation and law the people. The three kinds of power of law. We say that law and different and law is different. So they
Thank you, my dear brother. Good evening. Welcome to Voice of Gedeh Radio. All right, sir. Go ahead. How are you today?
Thank you very much. Official we are not going to start the people that established our movement and then today they were able to because the party of favor and the president of the leader of the PND. But it's already know that the faithful in something around here, yeah, the faithful are put Zotano in a position. And so they could person that coming to do. They are back in program in something what is the PND around here to be getting on talk. But I'm thinking, and one thing, little question that you ask, why is it the oil man is not responding to the action of his people? People around here don't be around you and regular. So really, you come out to restore to the action of a care person. Let us see written on the corridor what this man did to you forgetting also to know that on the social and they want to know they were why am I here looking for favor in certain people. Let us put stop to it. And we appeal to the other man and we come and show to restore to the behavior of his leader. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear brother. It was a nice time having you on Voice of Gedeh Radio. Keep putting your calls through the just conversation. It is 08782. Good evening and welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to? Yeah. Yeah, Fred, why?
Yeah, and that's what it out. And this is very public clear. That when the Sukan, the family is open to me, the same thing. It is open that this Sukan to me, and to win, we definitely win elections now. So it is always now, what alone Sukan, to lead out.
Hey, my man, they tell you, election cannot read by him. I'm talking about it now, be re-elected. All right. So, well, just wait when the election time re-9, anything. But you know, that thing that political fear you're putting in your man when you'll be contesting. So that, you know, the thing that will make the Christmas ball, that tomorrow that will be, people will be happy to come spend their vacation in Grand Gedeh County. Some of our friends are talking to people around the world. Good evening. Welcome to the Voice of Gedeh Radio. Who am I talking to? Now you can call and I just forgot about it. Didn't believe because radio station can call people. Make the elections to be good and our county to be among the other counties that moving forward when it comes to development is the way in which we will be together. You can do the thing and drag it all the way to elections activity. To the extent that during election day, people can be fighting and things around you, putting places. So the best thing we need to do is continue to create issues that we can find solutions to them. Then with that, by that, we can be able jointly to move this country to where we want it to be. Because sooner or later, the generation that are already here with us, they will soon be joined by another group. Those dancers that we have now, when they are leaving, the other dancers will be taking the stage. They say how we want to leave this place. What are we putting on the table now to leave behind? The only best legacy you can leave behind is peace and respect. Respect. Because the respect will move the nation to another level. But if we don't do that, at the end of the day, we find ourselves to where we find ourselves right now. That which is not good for each and every one of us. Because bite to bite, we are from here. Even if we are out of this place, they will not. So there is no remove from and resume. And now Grand Gedeh. No. By Grand Gedeh, what can we do together to move Grand Gedeh to the next level in a positive direction? Today, as we are speaking, as we are sitting here, on current air condition blowing, our sister is on the Kavala River now, going to give birth in Somebody in a town forest, on the main road, people coming from the towns and villages where they don't have safe drinking water. They don't have hospital, no cleaner to these places. They are all there struggling, no good road network. You're riding back from here, there to the next location. What is happening in Bo? What is happening in Klotiti? What is happening in Bautam? What is happening in Jaodi, Care Town, Webare? What is happening beyond Duostan? What is happening in Jeru Town right now? Go around. And we sitting when our citizens, our people, are now living at the detriment of their own future. No safe drinking water. No schools for our children. They expected generations. Generations of what? Generations of hunters, of educated nation builders. Who are we leaving this place with? Was there a decision about creating this place for Grand Director? Is that why you're creating a confusion? Because you don't want people to succeed you in a positive direction? When will you come back to Grand Director to say, yes, when I was a leader here before, this is where we left Grand Director. I'm very super proud now to see Grand Director moving to the next level, because those were the basement that we set here before. And the old mat that we left behind was the one they sat on to plant the new one. So it's not a surprise to me to come and see the country moving forward. This is how people who make well for this country should behave and be seen around. But not the other way around. If people don't call you chief in the morning, they mean that, that government get all the title and all they can. You go to the private sector, they call you by your name. I tell you it's cheap money or cheap money. Paramount here, all one for people, I call people to be speaking to you 24 times before the day end. You see, the town chief, you're not part of the town chief, or speak to the town chief get problem. One position, you say that in your control area. As soon as we are through with the local government resolution projects, we are on a tour trying to verify them. All the places you say you're spending Grand Director people money going to, all the places you see the level of all the projects. Some of the places that was not visiting already, bringing here the recording from the people, they don't know nothing about why you're phone. So we're feeling now, then they give the possibility of the people not signing the 2026 annual budget. Because there's a possibility that they should not, I'm not saying they might not. But again, we'll talk to the county council. Something that the county council missing. And when they make mistake, tomorrow morning will tell you that when the county council made mistake, a superintendent grant slipped from their hand, that will be approved. But tomorrow morning we'll discuss that the possibility of approving the 2026 annual budget, if they are not mindful, will be approved beyond some of them. But we'll talk about that tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow in the evening, whether we get something coming here or now, we can conclude on the communication of Putu. Then we'll also conclude on the electrical material and LRB and the 400,000 stuff. Before that, we can start moving the field to complete Basan district, because we want to move on to another district. Our mission order, our work plan is getting closer right now. We can't stay long in Basan, therefore, the time. There will be no extension of our work plan. We need to move to another district. So we need to go and complete Bazon so that we can be able to have a complete database on what is happening in Bazon in Grand Judah County. And when I say Voice of Gedeh happens, we take our musical break. When we are back, the station you are tuning into with 28 minutes to 11 p.m. in our country and county is the Voice of Gedeh 88.5 megahertz, operating from the telecom community here in Zoedo Grand Judah County. Telecom community is among the 56 communities here in Zoedo Grand Judah County. From the Gedeh Communication Network, the voice of people. Remember now, the word of the majority prevails, but the rights of the minority needs to be protected. And this is our focus. The marginalized, those that are being suppressed, that don't have anybody to talk to them, to talk for them, talk about them, talk along with them. These are the women Virginians in the town. We said it now in Grand Judah County because of the disunity among our leaders. We said now we get all kinds of Chinese people that coming in the country. Nobody can talk to anybody. They can't go meet the chief of the chiefs. And you just go see the people that moving in those towns and villages with excavators. They go to sit down somewhere, they start digging the goals and things there for here, they finish the goals and things there. When it starts raining, whole place in that town will creep. And people sitting down here, they now want to know anything. No evaluation, no background check on the people that can come to the place. They get logging company, they can't even open plow factory. Nobody can turn 2 by 2 upside down to take it from your factory. Cutting all our laws and carrying it, leave from here, from Putu Penokin, going all the way before you enter Putu Jaudi. That take 1 kilometer to hit San Road from Putu Penokin. See laws from going down to Sandal Road, going to Greenville. See laws along the road. Trailer them breaking down. Somebody bring trailer here that time when I even born there. 60 years old trailer then coming in our country and county. They walking, they get chained them all on the way. Every load them all on. Trailer them breaking down. They want to operate company here. They want to come and talk to us. Everything they put, you don't get kickback. So then why will you now go after these people? Why you can't go after them to tell them to do the right thing? Oh, you're talking about Pudu and thing around here. I think when you bring when company kind of Pudu the bring job, then we'll forget about it. No. We want to know the composition before the company come in here. The affected community, the country as a whole, no stakeholder engagement, no awareness. People come and take over the Russian company, they can continue from where the old company start. The old company that were yesterday. You ask the people now what happened, what were those things that you have issue with for the time they were operating to see whether it can be enshrined, whether they can put it in the new people agreement. You're not doing anything like that. You're just around in your offices. You're talking about Deuteronomy 29, you want to be. Say you want to tear the Bible sheet and tear Deuteronomy 29 in the capital building. Every secret thing belongs to the capital building, let it remain the capital building. You're not working at that. You're not working, and how you can treat the people of Grand Judah County. Let me do this as a welcome treat as well. Person district correspondent, a focus person. Situated in Bau. Welcome, Chief, to Zwetu Grand Nigeria County. This is the county capital. Jeremiah Johnson of Zeretown. Welcome, Chief. Yeah, you've been listening and a lot. You know, people need to be thinking what the person living here. A person giving Voice of Gedeh information and doing this and that. You're quick to fire, sack, and suspend people the wrong way. Your own people tell people. The day Voice of Gedeh take that Putu road, we and the Putuans. The thing about it, we're not having from here, when we come to hotel, I say that week, that Putu week. We bring the Putu administrative district. Before we reach in, how they call it, before we can reach this computer from our school, you'll put it back there. And I also want to take this time to welcome back to Zwetu The Minister of Representation, Honorable Elijah Freeman, the County Education Officer for Grand Jide County. Welcome back, Chief. The people that left in charge of my report. Because when they get in the report, they think on the report, when they're not talking, next week we'll talk it. The report is supposed to make to the CEO. When you not made that report there, Voice of Gedeh made that report to the public. The first thing on the agenda that the human resource officer issuing employment assignment letter. I'll just give you the bullet point. The civil service agency office there put 97% need up. They are far then empty from the time this was a ball. We've been telling them to follow their file. They don't want to follow it up. Far, they don't want to complete their process. The documentation are all missing. HR to Ministry of Education and even has to need down number 35. And the CSA gave them down March 31. That was yesterday, the last day. Today now April 1. When you not send a document, the CSA said it will be considered non-existent. Two principals were replaced. The acting CEO was present. He must give comprehensive report on it. One of them now made a comprehensive report here. He stay on money drama. The new principal at TWI left the play unceremoniously and he returned unceremoniously. Thank God you saw young Kirishman and saying back. He came back. Which your Polar Elementary and Junior High School. That school is not child friendly. The student life is at risk. Before April end, when you now go to that place, you plus Voice of Gedeh and the Ministry of Education, that one you will carry it in front of the president. See you that you are talking to. Debate now comes this how we do it. We are doing it, we will do it for sector rectification. We're debating the issue because we don't want it to be a threat, because we're threat that we can't go anywhere. With confrontation, we'll not do anything in this country. So we need to debate it. We sit down, why is it happening? When will we do this one? Why we did not do what we plan to do? When will we move this sector forward? Activity revived. Tomorrow in the morning time we'll discuss the communication to Kutu from the offices of Mascoka. Then in the evening time we'll also discuss the government. Then on Friday, now we move on to the district. We already completed 2 administrative districts, but then we'll be conclusively concluding Bao. We finish with Kabbalah already. We are now taking the annual budget 2025 to the people to validate and verify what was mentioned in there, whether it's affected their district. On face the issue tonight, we are discussing the action from camp of the Zopel movement for by the movement chairperson, the national chairperson, Mr. Rufus Dickman, insult against Representative Soka. His statement against Representative Soka, his sentence pronunciation, Representative Soka by the national chairperson of the movement for the Zopeno movement for development, Mr. Rufus Dickman, who used whole other invective that of course are not necessary for popular consumption here on the radio as a means of not adding flame to the fire or gas, so that it can be that we're putting more fire in the fire, using fire to put on fire. But again, these things, the activities, the behavior of some of us in this country has the weight of bringing this country to popular disrepute. That the world, the counties in Liberia, beside us, the other people that are not serious, and the disadvantages of that, some of the disadvantages are when regime change, you don't have uniformity among the grand leadership. The result of that, everybody can play individual ball because they're looking for need. The division of the cake, the national cake, staff to the end, grand leader can be victimized. The fifth one, everybody wants to be good to the power that be. And at the end of the day, they will paint everybody from Grand Leader County black. It is disappointing to see people that won elections to still be thinking and stigmatizing people for your election 50 times in this country. There are other people who will not just vote for you. So if you want to put down firing squad, you want to co-marshal them, you can go ahead, but you're not their enemy. Why it is true that you are not their enemy, but also you're not their enemy. So they will not support you. They will not support your bid. Again, they to be protected on our law. This person is a leader, you having people behind you. The type of people that you have behind you represent your background. The type of people that you have behind you will represent your background. And this is why in our county here, whenever something happens, it's difficult for us to settle it. And we need to desist from that so that we can build this county in our country. With God above all, training and conversation, debate, can push Grand Leader forward. Things you're bringing in place Everybody can play an individual ball based upon their areas of assignment, the department that they control. Representative Jeremiah Gaosoka is controlling department number 1, responsible for Chien district. C, responsible for department number 3. And Representative Marie Johnson is responsible for the second component, department 2. So that one classroom there, 12A, 12B, 12C. And then you have the vice principal for instruction and for administrations. Then you get follower them behind you. Instead of you're working for this one grand deal, you get people behind you. There will be you just assign people behind you to say President Taylor assigned Samuel Johnson to the left, Bishop Marco Pakla Francis. Every morning, Samuel Johnson will call the Soviet and practical in the country. That's why some of you won't be doing that. Assign people now to leaders or to people around. Say that member just one Facebook, you just post the member in the morning, in the evening. They give you $1, you're sitting down, you're waiting for the people. When the leaders then move from power, you can't sit down in Grand there. All of you are doing now, you're there the country. You're not doing anything more over. You get university, and you prefer to go to Montreal to go to university. The BSc is going to offer to that place there. Spend 4 years, go to university of that place, you spend more than 10 years. 8 years you spend to that place to get one bachelor degree. Because the day they get ready, you know the better can put bear on their back. So black and be not better when you don't go to school for whole 2 semesters. And the people here going to school. But you can't stay here to go to school because the life that you, because when you stay here, will take your snake from in the ground, will bring it on show. When bringing the triangle, will get to know that blue snake. You insulted, you're not able to stay here, even live here, you're not able, you're moreover basically doing nothing. And the condition your leaders then your behind can create for you. You're following behind leaders. Why you think your leader is not able to look at some people and call them and tell them, say, my man, come visit me today, let's say that in lecture. They're not able to do it because when they do that, some of the people then are calling to them to sit down and don't have some conversation. So you're just sitting down all day. Your telephone in your hand, you say you're going live on Facebook, you're writing on Facebook. Cowards die many times before they are dead. You're not able to tell somebody, say, I mean John Brown in my capacity as John Brown from GI in Kumantown. I know Power City. I mean writing the thing here. They are got to go check beyond there, different. Then I say I'm talking to somebody, cowards die when they are dead. You need to be man enough to say something and stand by what you say. Don't be that the ZPMD national chairman was it. I went for family meeting, my people then told me. Then from there, when I came from Barbara after I came to Zaitan people told me. I was willing to go back to Jensen, then no way, then I'm coming back, going moreover, and then they tell me the going time people say, I begin to go apologize. What me, I came back to Boleki, I can't apologize. What kind of play? Mama, you want to represent people, then you're doing that. You want to see the VS Socanis, they get something and they get what they get something they call Socanis. You want to see the VS Socanis, you want to see whether the relationship very strong for you. It's a disappointment to the entire movement of ZPMD. To be a national chairperson that's supposed to be making disciples. Chairperson, you have a statistic. All the chairperson, the coordinator, the ZPMD chairman, chairleader that I get in all of the communities in Grand Jira country. Do you have the statistic to see whether some of them still having a commitment? What are those issues? What a form that you produce, that you carry around from town to town, issue it to your chairperson. Let people fill in the form to evaluate Senator Zoe, in my opinion, from 2029 will be one of the major commission here to see that we can do the evaluation now and see where we go next. As a national chairperson, have you done that? You are around here insulting people. Then you bring other people closer there and say that the people force me to obey. You should have a statistic right now. How are your supporters? How many people? What survey are you doing right now? But you're sitting there insulting people. You're not doing well. You're not doing well for Senator Penu. The first thing you're going to tell Senator Penu is that walk and go to Grand Gedeh County. Don't get anybody $5. Don't call people and say, I call you today to appreciate you. I gave people money. Processor river somebody will stop you and give you water to drink and say a cashman support them and loyalty for you. We stay scared here today. How many of the people will do that? How many of you beyond Senator Penu? Then you know if our members are, if our supporters are disenchanted for what? How many of you beyond Senator Penu can lead Senator Penu to Morovia? Down to Zoedu. Use a mission order that will spend 1 month in Grand Gedeh to do an assessment toward the 8 administrative district, leave Senator Penu behind. Go to the Niawa clan, conduct an opinion pool there, ask for citizen views, sample the views of one citizen, and tell them how do you feel from 2005. Let's group these people in category. Who participated here? Senator Penu was represented before, from there till now. What are those things? What is your point of view? How do you see Senator Penu still? Continuation, or you want him to start 2029? If you want him to continue, why? If you want him to stop, why? What are those things you think that Senator Penu needs to improve in? What he needs to do? How many of you behind Senator Penu now do it before? All of you behind Senator, you work, you national chairperson working with the LPRC. How many times you work behind Senator Penu? One day when Senator Penu goes somewhere, he said, no, chief, let us say, we are behind it. That's the reason for which you made us. The senator said you gave, how they call it, multilateral student, 200,000. But for us on behalf of the movement, we make it 250,000. You're not profiled somewhere before? And people have voted Senator the movement to insult some of them. They represent the Soka, you insulting, they don't represent the Soka. That the follower or represent the Soka, you insulting that once upon a time preach party politics. And party mandates that voted and brought your chief patron to the political light. Today that the people are sorting. You see how you're quite. You the chairman will ask you for your weapon. What can you produce now? 2025. Can you make a report on Grand Gedeh County for the ZPMD, starting with your own supporters, your leadership? What are those things that the leadership bringing on the table? The way Senator Penu that they play, Senator, you will not see some of you again until when Senator Penu coming back. Then you can get people change. You say yourself. So you might not use the movement name and start insulting other people on Facebook in the name of party politics. They're not election time. So then why you're talking about CDC for that? So let's you get your own movement now. We say that we get Susu Club. When somebody eat our money in the club, we say the policy is money possible. Then people will, because the policy say more money possible, eat our money. You can't do that. You can put where every Monday put him on report where 8 when start going where 2 o'clock in the day when they put money because of the policy. Then you start causing the people. You don't start causing the people. That you all of yourself are talking and you only want to tell Senator Peno go join CDC. They say CDC business. They were talking to our chief. That your chief said all of you are beyond Senator Peno. You're not supporting him. You're not supporting him. 90% of you are beyond Senator Peno. You can count 2 days to pull in. Now the time you can count in Grand GM. You sitting down, you supporting Senator Peno, you say you are die-hard supporter of the ZPMD. You putting people need to be put wash up. So go both in the next 3 days. You're supposed to go to Quebo. You find people to go Quebo if you sitting down here. When the result be coming, then you running between Bamba and how you call it, TWR, watch it then, you move around, go more to the other chief, we making headway, we tapping your teeth. Don't do that. Senator Peno, he said, running a whole campaign around town here. Come on, be acting and say you're behind and then you're insulting other people. So don't do that. We take our final second break when we are back. We try to conclusively conclude on this conversation tonight. And then again, we will give our opinion on the advice to Senator Peno that is slipping along the line. Senator Peno is not doing something right. And we need to be very bold to tell you, Senator Peno, that if this continues, doesn't, Mr. Rufus Deku is a national chairperson for the ZPMD. This is what Mr. Deku did to Representative Soka. As a chief patron of the movement, as a senator of Grand Jura County, you need to give a statement. You need to speak on this issue of a political movement. As a senator of this county, that somebody will come from behind you to insult another leader, that we should know that you against 100%. You don't let people do it. Your chairperson did that. For Grand Jura uniformity, for Grand Jura unity, I talk to you when I to you again. When the competition is ongoing, life is never ever what you think. Prosperity is going to judge each and every one of us here tomorrow. We need to know how we are living here. What you say to people, how you say it, when you will say what you say to people. Remember that intelligence is not weakness. Don't mind the availability of the horse and ride to death. In this competition, the ground rule, a good dancer must know when to leave the stage. As a prerequisite to your return. Wake Up Gedeh show, a nice composition for Grand Gedeh inclusiveness. Remember now, peace first, peace last. This is how we want to draw the curtain down in the second and final segment of our daily broadcast. From the Gedeh Communication Network Incorporated, on behalf here, telecom community here in Zwetu Grand Gedeh County. It was a nice time having you as part of our family for this day transmission. We are hoping again to get you in the team. If you are leaving Grand Gedeh County, it's not how fast you get to your destination. Remember that the Bible says, "Take not my Lord and do my prophet no harm." Let God be our walking stick. And they call him après moi, c'est moi. After me, not me. Till then, I'm your power city. The voice of the people. The voice of the voiceless. Do join us tomorrow morning, 5:45 in the morning.